these radio stations, at least the talk shows in GTA, like, I need some opinions because, personally, I think they're a forgotten part of the GTA experience. And I don't think people appreciate it enough on the actual radio station. There's more to the GTA radio than just Radio Los Santos. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. Now, before we even get into this, I need your opinions on this pretty well, because we need to see, now that you've kind of heard some of these talk shows yourself, we need some perspectives here. Maybe. I don't know. You know what we're doing over here? You know, but here's the deal. Let's first start off with Fernando show. I don't even know where to begin with this guy. I mean, you have this very sensual Latin American man, definitely an older gentleman. And, again, just like, we have a lot of more out-of-pocket sexual stuff with Fernando, and it's a strange mix of hilariousness and just like classic GTA. And it's something that, again, people are just not talking about enough. I definitely would encourage, out of the three stations, I do think that the Fernando show is probably going to be my go-to. And then probably Chattersphere is a nice close second, but we're not on Chattersphere just yet. No. We're still in the Fernando show here. For good reason. The big thing with the Fernando show is it's definitely this satire of a man fighting his sexual demons, and just the entire way that the show is set up, especially when the supposed liberal politician Sue Murray, her portrayal of, I don't know what real politicians would be in real life or not, but her over-exaggeratedness, like, in part of the show, it's again, like, it all just ties very perfectly with that satire of GTA does, making fun of the real world. So, again, like, it does show that there was a lot of thought in between these talk shows, and it's just kind of funny how it's kind of like not really something that's talked about, but there's definitely a lot of effort put into that. And yeah, Fernando show, you're gonna have to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Definitely a solid show. On this second list, though, we do have the Chattersphere. Now, the Chattersphere, like, I'm sorry, but like, I am gonna need your input on the Chattersphere because it's just, in my opinion, as Dr. D'Angelo once said, the duality of the whole thing is just chef's kiss, in my opinion. But we need to hear what you're thinking about this and what we're cooking up with Chattersphere.
See, I was thinking that was the one with Laszlo, and I was gonna say it's great, but he needs to get out of my nightclub and go bother you at your nightclub. But I really wish that, you know, he would talk about some new stuff, you know? I mean, like with the recent addition, or not recent, but, you know, when he found his dad, you know, when his dad had called from prison. Yeah, it's very hilarious. But it's also some of the only radios that you could play in GTA that doesn't require, you don't get a little copyright infringement for playing it. So I think that
copyrights around here.
So I think that is a very nice reason to only listen to those. Ooh, I'm gonna die. When recording GTA content.
You know, I do want to circle around to that one comment you made, and I do definitely agree that they really should be adding newer segments to these talk shows. especially with how many new radio stations they've made, and they're all with just new music, but there's no new talk shows since the game came out back in 2013. I feel like that's a little bit of disjustice to themselves, and I think it would be great to
Or,
hear
you know,
them
maybe at least some
in
new
this-
guests on music shows.
I really do think with this last like hoorah update, they need to add some additional dialogue to the talk shows. Something to allude to either Grand Theft Auto 6 or just a goodbye in some way. I think that'd be a really cool way to end the whole GTA Online experience as we transition over to the behemoth that's coming in November. But I mean, back to Chatosphere though, it is a solid show. The whole daddy arc is just, again, like, it's just great. It's the kind of satire that we look for in a GTA radio station. And, I really do think, I encourage you guys, if you're still playing this game after all these years, you need to go on these stations. You need to either send out, and here's the deal, we're just talking about the Los Santos stations too. We haven't even touched upon the 2 talk shows that there are potentially 3 up in the northern part of the map. So again, you learn a lot about the game itself, a lot about like the you know, because some of it too, especially like the stuff up in Toledo, the one character, I forgot his name, but works for Trevor, Ron. You know, you end up hearing like, you know, lore and stuff that ties to the actual main story mode, and little like fill-ins of stuff. And again, like, I think it's a cool attention to detail. So with that being said, we do have at least one Los Santos station left, and that is the legendary Laszlo and Michelle Meeks. Now, as far as what the show is called, I don't remember.
Couldn't tell you.
That's not relevant. What is relevant is the clish clash between these two. You have this Laszlo where, fun fact, he's been in every single GTA in some capacity since I believe GTA 3. And he's old now. He had his peak in the 80s and 90s, and it's funny to hear the unwinding, or like the unraveling of his life throughout the years as he gets more desperate and desperate. You hear it through his talk show, and so I think out of the 3, it's definitely the saddest, but also like kind of funny because just Laszlo is just a fucking. I mean, if you know Laszlo, you know Laszlo. He's quite the character. And so I think across the 3 stations, I mean, I think this one does take the cake in satire. I think overall is probably the best, but I still prefer Shocker Attack and definitely No Show. But definitely still a strong station. A lot of good little funny moments in that as well. But again, we're going to need your perspective on this one though, because this is a serious subject here.
I think the Laszlo, how I was saying before, I think the Laszlo show is very enjoyable. I think I enjoy that one the most. I would appreciate if he could get out of my nightclub and, you know, maybe get a job or be useful. You know, maybe like, you know, like bartend some bottles around. Be like, hey, like, this guy's nightclub is really cool. He's got bottle service by Laszlo. You know, that'd be really cool. Or, you know, just like have him do something. You know, maybe like the final update, if there is one, is like a Laszlo theme. Like, hey, like it's his own radio show. Maybe the final update is him having like his own radio show, but there's like some big heist tied to it with Michael Trevor. And,
a Laszlo heist. Now that's something.
You know, like stealing all of like the recordings that embarrassed him.
It's gonna have to be huge, and it's gonna have to have lots of satire and a lot of nods to like the past Laszlo. I think it could be a home run if they do it right.
But I just think that the talk show radios, even, you know, like Bless Your Heart in Blaine County, that one is nice because you know, you get to hear about like all like the unhealthy things that they eat, and it's just, I think that the talk shows are really just, you know, what the game is lacking in the sense that, you know, they're like, you know, they show just people, and you know, people in their daily lives. And that's what we need more of.
Oh my God, I got planes. But you know, now the thing is with Laszlo, the real question boils down to this: do we think he's gonna be GTA 6 in some capacity?
I think so. I think, you know, maybe
the reason why I
like,
ask this is because the actual voice actor quit around like I think like probably like 5-6 years ago now. I mean, it was probably like around the time of COVID, I think. So like, it ended up being, I forget what it was. It was either like some sort of money or copyright dispute, and Laszlo said, the actor at least said peace. That was it.
you know, maybe
Or, like,
in that regard, you know, maybe look at someone like who like sounds like somewhat like him, or maybe.
well, so that's what I was thinking. It's like, yeah, like, are they gonna get an actor who can like sort of mimic him or get close, or are they just gonna like play it off that like he died, heart attack or like whatever, killed by a crazy
too many
paparazzi,
drugs, you know.
yeah,
Like a crazy
overdosed in
fan.
the bathtub.
Too crazy, you know?
See, these are the things that, and it's not just us. There's a lot of people that are on the web right now that are also debating these exact topics right now. GTA 6, especially now that the CEO just announced that advertising for GTA 6 is going to be starting in the next week or two. Like more aggressive advertising. They already put up huge murals in Miami, one of the sides of the building. We're suspecting trailer 3 is going to be coming any day now. And, it's an exciting time. It's a very exciting time. It is looking like, and they also have a partnership with PlayStation, and so it's looking like the likelihood of it coming out on November 19th is looking more and more like a surefire thing now. Mind-boggling to me. Like, I cannot wait to see their rendition of Miami, like the outer areas. I even think, from what I understand, there's like going to be some like parts of like Georgia, I believe. So I don't know. It's
Well, I feel like there's some wilderness and like because they're putting like a bunch of like, you know, there's like supposed to be like fishing and like hunting. You know, that's what
I'm excited because that means there's going to be like slight mountainery, like kind of
There
stuff,
has
like
to be,
not
like, some
anything
kinda-
huge, but there's going to be like some nice like sort of like mountainy terrain like north on the map. So I'm hyped. I think this game, a lot of people are talking shit now, but I think it is going to blow everything out of the water. I think it's going to be the first real PS5 game.
We haven't had any of those yet, so.
You know, I mean, you gotta just think of the budget and the time that they put into this game. I mean, it would just be insane if it wasn't, like, just, you know. And I'm sure the online at first is probably gonna have some, like, server bugs and whatnot. But, like, I think overall the game's gonna be solid. Like, as far as, like, mechanics and, like, textures and all that stuff, like, rendering, like, all that's gonna be perfect.